Welcome back to Reflections with Emrys. Let's take a moment to see what each symbol has to offer today. Today's symbols are the Blackbird, the rune, Raitho, and the Om, Straif, also known as the Blackthorn. The Blackbird is a symbol of threshold moments, hidden messages, and the quiet courage to sing your truth. At its core, the Blackbird carries mystery, moving between shadow and light with ease. It represents intuition, inner knowing, and the sense that something meaningful is unfolding just beneath the surface. The Blackbird song is a kind of spell, clear, startling, and impossible to ignore once you truly hear it. It also symbolizes timing, appearing when you're ready to notice a sign, receive guidance, or face a truth you've been skirting. And it reminds you that your voice matters, especially when it comes from something real. In life, the Blackbird can show up when you're standing at the edge of change, when you can feel a shift coming, but you don't yet know the shape of it. You might notice synchronicities, vivid dreams, or repeating themes that feel like a message. The Blackbird can also appear when it's time to speak, to name what you want, what you know, or what you can no longer tolerate. Sometimes it arrives when you're tempted to stay quiet to keep things smooth, nudging you toward honest expression. And it can be a companion in grieving or releasing, reminding you that even endings can carry music. The Blackbird's reflection is this: listen closely, your life is already speaking to you. Let your truth rise gently without needing to perform it. Notice the moment when silence becomes self-betrayal, and choose a braver kind of quiet. The quiet that comes after honesty. Trust the signs that repeat, not because you're looking for certainty, but because you're ready for direction. Your voice is not an interruption, it's a turning point. Raitho is a rune of journey, right order, and movement guided by purpose. At its core, Raitho represents the wheel and the road, progress, travel, and the alignment of steps with intention. It symbolizes a path that becomes clearer as you walk it, not before. Raitho also speaks of rhythm, knowing when to move, when to pause, and how to stay true to your course. It can represent destiny in motion, the sense that life is carrying you forward, but you still choose how you travel. And it reminds you that direction matters more than speed. In life, Raitho may appear when you're in transition, moving homes, changing roles, shifting relationships, or crossing an inner threshold. It can show up when you need to get organized, align your choices with your values, put things in the right sequence, and commit to the next practical step. Raitho can also signal an important conversation or agreement, because journeys often involve others and clarity prevents detours. Sometimes it arrives when you're tempted to stall, reminding you that motion itself can create insight. And it asks you to trust the road. You don't need to see the whole map to take the next true mile. Raitho's reflection is this: choose the direction that matches who you're becoming. Let your movement be meaningful, not frantic. If you're uncertain, focus on what is next, not what is final. Put one thing in order today, one honest step, one clear plan, one aligned decision. The road responds to commitment. Straif, the Blackthorn, is an ohm of testing, protective boundaries, and the fierce clarity that comes through challenge. At its core, Blackthorn is thorn and blossom, defense and beauty living in the same branch. It symbolizes trials that sharpen you, thresholds that ask, "Are you ready?" and the kind of strength that emerges under pressure. Blackthorn is protective. It marks edges, hedges, and limits, places where you must be careful, deliberate, and true. It also carries a wild, untamed power, reminding you that growth sometimes requires discomfort. And it teaches discernment. Not everything deserves access to you. In life, Blackthorn may show up when you're dealing with resistance, external obstacles, difficult people, or internal patterns that keep pricking at you. It can appear when you need stronger boundaries, especially around your time, energy, and truth. Blackthorn can also signal a period of initiation. You're being shaped by challenge, asked to choose integrity over ease. Sometimes it arrives when you're learning that being nice is not the same as being honest or safe. And it reminds you that protection is sacred, your limits can be loving. Blackthorn's reflection is this: let your boundaries be a blessing, not a wall built from fear. Notice where you keep getting hurt in the same place, and ask what truth you're avoiding. Protect what is tender in you while it grows. Don't rush the lesson, meet it with steady courage. And remember, thorns are not cruelty, they are guidance. When we look at these three symbols together, the Blackbird, Raitho, and Straif, a clear theme emerges. A guided journey through a necessary test, led by truth. The Blackbird brings message and voice. Raitho brings the road and right movement. Straif brings boundary, trial, and protective clarity. Together, they suggest that you are being asked to move forward, but not blindly. This is a journey that requires discernment, honest communication, and a willingness to be tested by what you choose. You may be receiving signs about where to go next, and the path may involve a conversation you've been postponing. The obstacles aren't here to stop you. They're here to refine you, to prove what you truly mean. And the more clearly you speak and set boundaries, the smoother the road becomes. The Blackbird encourages you to listen for the message and speak what's true. Raitho invites you to take the next aligned step and trust the path. Straif reminds you to set firm boundaries and grow through the test. The mood of this combination feels like walking a forest road at dusk, hearing a single clear song, and realizing it's guiding you to the right turning. There's a lesson here about integrity. Your path is not just where you're going, but how you travel. This combination might be asking you to stop pretending you don't know what you know. It may be asking you to protect your energy so your journey stays true, not drained by distractions or compromises. What this combination might be asking of you is, follow the sign, take the step, and let your boundaries keep your truth safe. Today's reflection is this: when you listen to the message and honor your boundaries, the road becomes clear, and your next step becomes inevitable. Thank you for joining me. I'll meet you in the next reflection.